for doing the donations.
Oh, nice. Okay, we are on.
Are there any additions to the agenda?
Can I have a copy?
Yes, I would like to add, just timing, it came in today. I'm not sure if we can schedule an MPC meeting.
Where would you go in here?
And the reason for it is because the one
It'll
lot
be,
sale is, his house was supposed to, his garage was supposed to be attached to his house, is now going to be separated, so it doesn't, the house doesn't meet the setbacks
okay,
because the garage is now separate.
so are you're wanting to just have a discussion and just set an MPC date?
Yeah,
Okay, who's on the MPC board now? Because Adam,
It would be Mike, wouldn't it?
Mike.
No.
So, I
We
mean,
wrote
if
it
we
down
could just
somewhere.
schedule it, maybe like we're doing now, maybe like for the next,
yeah,
we don't really need, so we'll
we're not gonna
schedule
call a special meeting, we'll
No.
just do it at our next council meeting.
council meeting.
Okay,
and-
so just put it under new business at 911.
Okay,
Very good.
so we'll just schedule the date.
Any other agenda additions? Somebody like to move to adopt the agenda as amended? Larry, all in favor? Carried. No stars tonight, so we'll move
No.
on to public works and office reports.
They will attend January 8th meeting,
Okay.
January 8th? Yes,
Yeah, be the 8th.
Yeah.
Public works and office.
okay, so Public Works, so he's reported that he's inspect the village infrastructure. Remove the snow piles from around the arena, removal of graffiti off the 2 traffic signs. He moved the equipment inside for winter storage. He met with sales representatives for possible tractor replacement. They got the Christmas lights on the Broadway all plugged in. We had to buy new extension cords as the old ones went missing. Cleaned out the recycle building for the sale to the new owner, and the snow removal, just continue the snow removal around the village. Helping with troubleshoot for Connect Mobility, and then they moved the old fire truck to the old public works shop, so that's all completed. And then like today, we were discussing asset management with him to do tractor replacements, equipment replacement for future.
Thanks.
That's it for his report. Oh, and just so you know that garbage will be changed, so we will do garbage on Monday, December
23rd.
23rd,
Mhm.
and then
The
the
30th.
following Monday, the 30th.
30th.
And we'll post signs out around that for garbage, and they will get it. And Public Works will be on call over Christmas. He will have the cell with
So
him for
we are-
emergency calls only.
Closing from the 23rd to the 3rd.
Yeah, they will work the 23rd, so we'll be
Office
closed
will be closed from the 20th.
from the Friday
Okay.
to, and then back open on.
Well, open Friday and then closed.
Yes, we're open Friday, the 20th. of
Oh, yeah,
December.
that's what I mean,
Yeah,
20th is
okay.
the last day.
Yeah. So Public Works is on call, so again,
Okay.
he will respond to emergencies, snakes, whatever is required, and.
You're Goes from the 23rd right to the 2nd.
Yeah, other than garbage,
Well-
they'll be doing,
Actually, they're open the 23rd. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're open on the Friday.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah, so it'd be from the. following-
24 to 31.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so village office,
No, we're closed.
lots of meetings,
January.
between November and
Okay.
December. So I attended the Strathmore Council meeting online announcing this new CT scan with Frontier Diagnostics, which should be coming hopefully 2025, 2026. So no cost to any residents because Frontier is purchasing everything, and then they'll be using some space at the hospital, which was already put into the renovations that they did a few years ago. Attended the rep meeting in Strathmore. 3 village meeting in Rockyford, a special council meeting here for the lot sales. Attended Palliser's AGM meeting in Hannah. And they're very happy to announce that because they didn't fill a position in their budget this year that they are keeping our requisitions at last year's rates.
Nice.
So, yes, and so we'll see probably the increase that they expected in 2026. Due to the postal strike, we've had to be setting up direct deposits, online banking, electronic fund transfer. So that took up quite a bit of a couple of days there just to get that all organized, because I was going to print out checks and realized, oh, I can't do that. So attended the Strathmore meeting with 3 villages in a closed session. I spent approximately about an hour with people going over the review and affidavit exhibits for the legal counsel. And that's about it. So lots of meetings.
Any questions? Somebody want to move to accept their reports?
So moved.
All in favor? Carried. Minutes, regular minutes 5.0, move to adopt regular minutes November 13th, 2024. Anybody have any questions about that? Larry,
I'll move to adopt.
all in favor? Carried. Special meeting minutes from November 27th. Any questions on that minutes? Or
I'll move to adopt.
all in favor? Carried. 6.0 ministerial order.
Okay.
Got our letter back from, and we were approved for a ministerial order, so we don't have to have a by-election until October 20th, 2025, which will be just a regular election.
Move to accept.
All in favor? Carried. Election 2025.
Yeah. So it's not moved to table, sorry.
Is there any way we can make these line up?
I actually was doing that and then I got lost in the whole
I
thing.
just keep getting lost.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay, just for next time, please.
Yep.
Thanks.
So the election starts January. Nomination papers can be submitted as of January 1st, 2025.
What's the final day, just so I know?
October 20th is the election date.
So what's the final day to have papers in?
Final nominations. Oh, that's on my other sheet.
September 22nd or 23rd
It's nomination day.
is the lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
the nomination is closed.
2 weeks prior to that.
It's I think 6 weeks prior to the election.
Yeah, there's okay. So
Or 4 weeks
oh, that
prior.
was on the other schedule. Sorry, we had that last time.
That's okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
it's all right.
people, as of January 1st, you can submit nomination papers. So
It's
they
on the
will,
newsletter.
yeah, we'll have it ready to go, and the office is open on January 2nd. So if anybody wants to submit papers, they can. But there's a long nomination
Yeah,
submission, so you're good.
the 6.2 library lease moved to table.
No, that was just the elections, just to accept as information.
Oh, so we gotta move that, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll move to accept his information. All in favor? Carried. Library lease moved to table.
Yes, so this is the one we are still working on, so we.
So that's A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're moving to table, yeah.
so you wanna move to table?
I'll move to table.
All in favor? Carried. Esso building,
Again, we
move to
will,
table.
yes, please, thank you.
I'll move to table. All in favor?
And the only reason we keep it on the agenda is because we've dropped things and they haven't come back on
We
the
forget
agenda,
they're
so, and we forget about them, so it just keeps it so that we have to keep it.
So
on
it
our-
keeps it fresh so we don't forget, so when we wanna talk about it in the
Mhm.
spring.
Okay.
Renew Remax contract with Harry Morgan.
So
Are
our,
we happy with Harry Morgan? Is staff happy with Harry Morgan?
in the end, it came down to, it all worked out in the end. So yes, I guess, I mean, it's just, we now know that it costs us this much for the contract regardless, so we've got that all built into our costs. So if council's happy with that, we're happy with it.
Well, we have sold a lot more
Um,
lots than we had prior.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm just wondering, we have set aside, he gets $4,000 for every lot sale.
Mhm.
That's a little bit rich, isn't it? What's the percentage now that the salespeople get?
Well, that's on house sales, which are usually typically over the 100,000 mark. These were not, and it's bare lot.
Well, and
Jen,
we started
you
with,
started,
we
yeah.
started at 40,000, so $4,000 of 40,000 was fair. But as our prices decreased and his fee has not decreased in ratio, in proportion with it, that's why we were like, well,
So why is he getting that much? Though is what I'm asking.
well,
That's quite a bit.
Well, I think we're giving them 10%, right?
well,
No, we're gonna give.
Now. it's
Now.
not.
but I think the reason it stayed is because when we signed on the agreement to extend with him, if you forgive me, I think we just didn't reread it. We were just like, oh, we need to extend.
Well, I would like
So-
to not extend at this cost,
Mhm.
right? It doesn't make sense to me if we're paying on a $40,000 lot, we're giving them 4, and on a 25,000 lot, we're giving them 4. I think it should be 2,500.
No, we can definitely look into it. I don't think he automatically, this is my personal
Well-
opinion. I don't think he should automatically get our business.
No, and then if he won't come down, there is plenty of other real estate agents out there.
Yep.
So I will move
Okay.
to have staff contact him about the rates. And then we'll go from there.
Do you want?
If we were giving him 10% on
in your
40,
motion, do you want to?
yeah, just
Make
thinking
it-
that,
make
to
it
make
10.
it 10% of sales. Lot sale price. Cause that's what we were before, right? So it
Okay,
should stay the
so-
same,
Have administration discuss rates per lot at 10%.
10%. As they were at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
All in favor? Carried. 8760 tender.
Okay, so this is just for more information, was provided on the last tender. So again, we only have 2 more tenders in 2026 to jump onto. So you'll want to review this one.
It's a tender for what?
For our power and gas to log
Okay.
in. So we are currently at, okay, December 1st. Hang on a second here. They estimate, pricing at $3.70 a gigajoule for 3-year term, January 1st to 2026 to December 31st of 2028. And our current rate is $3.59 gigajoule. Hang on a second. Oh, she put mine back.
Have we ever done, has the town ever just done, instead of a contracted price, just done a floating or a market price?
Not that I recall,
Oh,
not as long as I've been here.
yeah, AUMA's always gotten the tenders. Cause they purchase in bulk, right?
Mhm.
AMA?
AUMA,
Oh, AUMA.
that's where, I think they got onto this when they went
Here
through
it's-
one of the, A760 is the energy, it's RMA Canoe. RMA, Rural Municipalities Association.
It is cheaper,
Okay, because it,
yeah,
on balance, contracted price are not cheaper for us,
no,
So
ratepayers.
yeah,
the next deadline is March 19th, so we have a couple of months to kind of watch the
See what
market,
it
but
is.
that's when they'll put in the next bid. So if you say you're gonna go in on that one, you know, it's whatever it comes out, right? So that's what they're expecting it to be $3.59 a gigajoule. $3.78 a gigajoule, sorry. they estimate pricing at. The last one came in at $3.59. And we locked in 100% gas and 50% power. Okay, so if we'll just keep.
Okay,
looking at
move
that
to
one.
accept his information, right?
Yeah.
I'll move. All in favor? Carried. Financial reports. Move to adopt October financials as presented.
Oh, sorry, November financials.
Oh, I didn't even
Typo.
notice that.
Yeah, I just noticed. So,
Did we get a BVR for November?
yeah, it was in your package.
Let's see that.
Sick? You sick?
No,
Oh.
no, no. Not at all. I just find that it's so dry.
Yeah. It's very dry.
Throat gets tickly.
Yep. Any more questions or any questions, Mike?
This, it just looks like we've confirmed, but it looks like we're gonna blow the budget on council meetings and salaries and wages again this year. So maybe we just gotta discuss how we hit those
Well,
budgets.
we haven't even got the last numbers in for council's budget.
Yeah, so I'm just, so what you do, and so we budgeted 16.6.
Mhm,
We got budget remaining is 9,
mhm.
so it's
It'd be very close.
gonna be close,
Mhm.
yeah. And then, this page, salaries and wages. I'm not sure which one this one is. 11,000. So it looks like we're already overspent.
Yeah, that's the, you were working on the roads,
Oh, the roads.
and we have to still, there's still an adjustment that has to be made
Yeah.
on that one. That is to do with the step where salaries were put into the 7,000.
Yeah, you'll see it in this.
Oh, so that was another software.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll see it in the budget papers too. They have the most updated numbers.
Yeah, and that is on my to-do list to go every account will go through and make sure all the correct numbers are, the GL numbers are in.
Yeah, like on the budget, the roads salary is proper.
Yeah.
Because we pulled out what
Yeah.
needed to be pulled out.
Okay. So we're probably gonna be okay there with the step.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're taking, I think it was 7,500.
It was-
Yes, it was just about 7,500.
Yeah, it was about that much. And then there was
And that'll go to Park and Rec.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready? We want to adopt the financial reports from November. I guess I will. All in favor? Carried. Correspondence,
Not too much. In your package, you did have the stars.
Yeah.
And then the Stars Horizon issue.
What happened? He was coming tonight.
she was coming tonight, she said,
Yeah, she's sick.
Oh,
could be here in January,
all right.
be the same presentation. That's every other year. Somebody want to move to accept correspondence as information?
Yep.
All in favor? Carried. New business. Letter from Odemsa.
Okay, so we received another letter after this one that there was a typo, that it was not resignation, it was retiring. That Rob Woody is retiring.
That was quite a mistake.
Yeah. So you're just accepting as
Move to
information.
accept. I will move to accept. All in favor? Carried. Risk funding.
Mike had asked to have some crisp information provided. So that's what I did here, going back to 2016.
So have they stopped this risk funding then, or what? Because it's pipe and power, right?
Yeah, and that's
They were
where,
once told by the government, you either share or we will take it. That's why Chris funding started. A lot of it, and it was, they told them basically to start giving more. So I don't know why it stopped coming.
yeah, well, we can investigate some more, but this is, yeah, the original. And it depends upon the provincial, right? So it's based off of provincial numbers for, like you said, the pipeline.
Yeah.
Which pipeline are you talking about?
Well, I don't know what pipeline, it's just funds that they get from pipe and power. Right?
Okay, yeah, because I was told now whether, and that's why I asked that CRISP funding is there and
Mhm.
that we should be asking for it and getting it, and it hasn't stopped.
Well, then we maybe need to, because we did have, no, I can't say that. We maybe should send a letter to them, asking them about it.
CRISP is no longer called CRISP.
Spell
It's
something
now
out.
called an infrastructure grant. And we haven't gotten any letters or information about infrastructure grants. I did see posted by the county, those who were requesting money to apply. But it seemed it was targeting groups and organizations, not municipalities. So I don't know if there's some cross information or if they're going with their giving in a different route. I don't know.
Well, I don't even know what we would move to even ask.
I think we just, if.
We can just inquire with the county
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
if there's any infrastructure grants that are coming.
Yeah, I think, yeah, let's move to talk to the county about CRISP funding and or alternate funding to the villages. Yeah. What we would be, and for the information, what's available
Yeah,
yeah,
and how do we apply to get it? And if there are any extenuating requirements
okay.
from the county.
sure.
Mhm.
All in favor?
Do you
Carried.
want me to read that? Oh,
No,
Yeah,
it's just basically get information from them, right? On
yeah. But then specifically ask if there's extenuating requirements.
Three Village, Strathmore.
So out of the meeting that we attended,
Which meeting are we talking?
the Three Village with Strathmore, in Strathmore.
That was
in
all in
camera.
camera.
Yeah, I have Kevin Scoble, the CAO, and what his direction is going to be. So that's all I'm talking about. So will be,
Can we discuss anything that was in that, means it was in camera?
no, he's just going to work on a ring is what he calls it, a regional issues working group.
Okay. So this
So-
is just information.
This is just information and, and it probably won't be until February.
Okay.
That he
Yeah, nothing's gonna
organizes.
happen till,
Yeah,
okay.
so that's
Okay.
just from the meeting. So he will be working on an ICF type meeting between the munis.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's
we want to
basically it.
move to accept his information. All in favor? Carried. Christmas light competition. So what are we doing for prizes this year?
Okay.
Being that we have no store.
No, I went and got Walmart gift cards.
Okay.
I was going around and at least this way they can go get groceries or gifts or whatever they need. So the same, so the cards are here.
Okay.
First, second, third, 150, 100,
Okay.
50. So just a reminder again that who is going to be judging?
I am not,
You're looking for?
Yeah,
I have a Christmas.
Mike and I are doing it,
okay.
right?
I like
Yeah,
that.
what day are we doing that?
December
That's Saturday
14th.
night.
That's what I thought, 14.
Yeah.
So, I would say probably leave here by 6, I think is what we normally did. And then get addresses and street numbers and
Yeah,
send them to Yvette.
There's 3 of them, right?
3 of them, first,
Three
second,
prizes?
third.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the same as here, first, second, third.
Yeah.
If you see a fourth that you like, just do an honorable mention for that address.
Yeah.
Just make sure you have the house numbers. If you don't have a house number, take a picture of the house.
yes,
Like
take a
it's-
picture of the house anyway.
Take a picture anyway, but some of them don't have house numbers.
Yeah.
So if they don't, take a picture of the house and then I'll be sent out Monday to figure out what house
Okay.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And send all of that to Yvette that night.
Yeah.
Send that night.
Yeah. And then they'll be sending theirs to Lori and the girls will be switching.
On Monday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So move to accept his information.
So moved.
All in favor, carried. ATB account changes.
Yeah, so as of April 1st, 2025, they have a new tier, which I don't think it's gonna affect us very much, other than we're in the low tier. So, but we're still good. But this is either the new rates. So for money in the bank.
You need a motion to accept as
Information.
So moved.
all in favor. Carried. Support letter for a FCM grant.
Oh, it was written. Why is that there?
It's
Administration count. It was written and submitted with the
okay,
grant.
okay, so it's gone.
Yeah.
That could be
That was
canceled.
last month.
Okay,
Okay. 2025 budget draft 1.
okay. So then, what we've given today is all the nitty gritty. So everything. So if you want to take this over Christmas holidays,
Well, I would,
This is-
Here, let me give him a tour.
yeah,
this is just draft number 1, okay?
so what I'm gonna suggest though is we take it and send an email to, so if something jumps out at you, put a question. Ask a
Absolutely.
question in an email,
Yeah.
but send it to everybody,
Mhm.
right? So that, you know, like if Mike has a question, if I get it, then I can go and I can look at it and that way I'll be more prepared come next meeting, right?
And there's a lot of interacting formulas. So if you find an error, for sure, make that
Okay.
known. This short page here, this is a short view of the budget. And it was asked what kind of capital projects we were looking ahead for. So that's what's listed below here with some estimates beside them. Okay, this page here, this landscape legal with the colors. I'm sorry, it's so tiny, but it's nice to have it on one page. This comes from our asset management plan. with our appendixes. And so each asset management is a color. I've color coded it. And the yellow bars are the main issue, the descriptors that fit underneath it, and then there's the totals. So the idea is that if we are attending to our asset management yearly, then those budget numbers would be the consistent annual contributions to that GL, to the water, to the sewer, to the roads, that sort of thing. And the X's in there indicate the years that an action would occur. And the number of X's indicate how many of the action occurs. So for example, replacing ISO valves, there would be 2 a year that are inspected or replaced. Because there's 2 X's in there. The water meters are times 12. We found at the optimum level for water meters, and I'll discuss it more in strategic, or rather asset management report, but we found that 12 was an optimum level. So for rotation. Okay, so that's your tour of that one. And then the largest pages are the budget. This is like the full view of the budget that we're working with. The grayed out portion on the side there is last year's. And then the 2025 is white with the bright yellow highlighted headings. Okay. And yeah, so that's kind of self-explanatory.
Okay.
Hey,
Did you
guys are all good with,
Yeah, they got it. I gave,
Okay.
oh, I did.
emailing out any
Oh.
questions?
I like that.
That's for the tractor thing.
Yeah.
Here, let me make a
copy
copy
that,
quick.
please? Thank you.
So we
sorry,
can
Beth.
move to adopt,
Just before we
Sorry.
do,
well,
or we can do the.
We can
discussion
still-
after.
we can still move to accept as information and still have
Yes.
discussion,
Yeah.
all right?
Okay.
I will move to accept. as
That's
information.
97?
9-7, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so on here, what is on the short form? What does PW stand
Public
for?
Works.
And that means it's funded by Public Works, or what is that?
Yeah. That's 232. So you remember these numbers I was telling you?
Yeah, yeah. So Public Works, this is like provincial funding?
No, improved parking lot
Right,
for
so-
Centennial Park. No,
and
so
this is-
Public Works is gonna look after the parking
Oh.
lot at Centennial.
Okay,
Right,
so this is,
Yeah.
we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the grant, so that's just, we're gonna apply for grants. Public Works, we're gonna do
Yeah.
that. And then what is government?
That'll be like your CCBF funding, your
CCBF.
large capital expenses.
Yeah.
CCBF, LGFF.
Did you want, is it to know what this is right now? or
Yes,
just wait till
yeah,
tractor?
because this is part of the budget, so.
Okay, so this is the tractor research. So to give you a quick tour, on the front side with the yellow bars in it, there's 2 options, the John Deere, the Kubota. There's lease options. The Kubota only had a 5-year lease option, so that's the column it sits in. The John Deere had a 3 or a 5-year lease option. Then there's the purchase option, the John Deere purchase, and then the Kubota purchase. There's 2 aspects to purchasing the Kubota because they offer a discount if the municipality pays cash for it. And so the top highlight shows the application of the discount, and then the one down there shows it without it. That's what the canoe is. So yeah, and then the numbers I think that are most interesting are called total monthly budget impact, total annual budget impact. And then on the back side, if we opted to purchase, because it seemed that purchasing the John Deere was the better financial option. And so on the back side, there's 3 scenarios. If we purchased and put the vehicle into a 5-year rotation, because the thought was with working with James, that if the tractor was purchased and then we trade it in and purchase again, so operate like a lease, only it's purchasing instead, then there's a 5-year, a 10-year, or a 15-year scenario.
So you say tractor.
Tractor.
The
So
big
we're
tractor,
talking the big tractor.
big tractor.
Okay, I just
So-
wanted, because we were,
So we also discussed today the 5-year, 10-year, and 15-year. We're I think 5-year is trading in is a little too short
See, the only,
and 15 is too long. So if you looked at a 10-year time frame, which we're at 12 right now, and we still haven't put the hours on the Kubota. Right?
There are also some assumptions in the back that you should be aware of. The amount of canoe discount applied is an actual number. So that's an actual number, and that number is 24.7% of the total cost of replacement. So I use that percent in making these scenarios. There's no guarantee that that percent would be what we get in a canoe, or sorry, not the canoe applied, the trade-in value. There's no guarantee that the trade-in value would be 24% in 10, 5, 10, 15 years. So that was the only reference I had to work with to paint a picture, right? So it is good numbers, but also take it with a grain of salt.
you see, in the trouble, thing I'm thinking of, so we've had repairs on the bucket, repairs on the arms of the bucket, right? So we do have other implements for it, but we're using a farm tractor for snow removal. It's not, I'm a little bit concerned. So we would be buying, would we be just buying just the tractor and still using our bucket and our
Yes,
everything? So,
but these are upgraded tractors. This is not the same size.
yeah, I know, but will our implements, I guess, will they
Yes.
fit on it?
Yes.
So, okay, so we had a lot of stress
Mhm.
fractures on that bucket.
Yeah.
And I'm just a little bit concerned we're buying a new tractor and we're gonna be putting that old equipment, will the old equipment fit on it?
Yes. Yeah. You get, basically James gave the size of the attachments that we have, and these tractors will fit that. The one we have, no, it's a step down. It's below these tractors here. That's why these costs are a lot higher. Otherwise,
You know,
you'd
I'm
be
just,
looking
like I
at
said, I'm
something.
just concerned that we're
Yeah.
repairing that,
The bucket?
the front end loader and the bucket and everything, because the stress fractures and they're being welded, and it just scares me a little bit. We're gonna be putting that back on a new tractor. And then,
I'm not really worried about that.
The
Is this just
bucket
metal?
has not been,
no, what's he been buying all them plates for and putting on
no,
there?
that's the loader.
The loader, yeah, that's what I'm saying. the
Yeah, but
loader
this
arms.
is all new loader, everything.
That's what I was trying to ask.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah,
Okay.
it's complete,
Okay,
that's,
then I'm done talking about
oh,
it.
sorry.
No, I was
That was-
concerned that we were gonna put that on there and then have one of them arms snap and have,
Oh, no, this is the loader. This is a complete new
okay, okay. Okay,
loader attachment. If you would like, I could, I will email you the,
no, I just, I'm fine with that information. I just, like I say, I just didn't want it, everything else we have, like our blade for the back and everything, that's not,
yeah.
if that breaks, it's not a safety issue.
Yeah, so the only difference between these two tractors here is the Kubota is a, so John Deere, the way James explained it to me, there's a series, it's E, M, and R. This is the Kubota, John Deere is an E series, which is the lowest, and then the Kubota sits between the M and the R series. So that's,
It's a
Kind of the price.
nicer trim level, he called it.
yeah. So that's the price difference that you're seeing there, is that they're very similar, but a little bit different. So, but for budget purposes, we would like direction from council on what you think or what we should be estimating for trade-in time. Are we 5-year, 10-year, 15-year? We're at 12.
What years, we're 12 now,
Yeah.
I would like to see not go over 10.
Okay, so that's what,
I mean, it doesn't get a lot of hours, but I think 10
No.
years is a reasonable number.
so if we outright purchase this tractor now, we will project for the next 10 years to replace with the trade-in value, right?
Larry's got a question.
As far as the tractor is concerned, how many different people operate it?
Usually it's only the main public works operating it.
Okay, so it's not multiple operators. Cause that could have a bit of a,
And I think that's what did happen at one time, is there was a few different people driving it and yeah,
Well, and I
it's not.
would like to see, I don't know if there is such a thing, but a little bit of training.
Mhm.
Cause I don't like seeing, I know they're trying to scrape the road, but I don't like seeing the bucket like this going in about third gear down the road. If you find a manhole, you're gonna bust something, or you're gonna go through the windshield.
or
So-
flip it.
I don't know if there's anybody that can teach that. I don't know. I don't know if Malcolm would come back in and do that. I know Malcolm and Keenan both got different ways of doing it. Do I know which is the right way? No.
Yeah.
Maybe talk to, him.
Okay.
So, okay, so we're looking at 10-year
I would think.
and
What do you guys think?
small tractor.
What do you guys think? You asked that question about 10 years.
I would say the minimum, but I'm not afraid of running tractors longer. Like
Well, with the
15
amount of hours.
20 years.
Well, I mean, in a 10-year mark, we can, at least if we plan for 10 years, right? If we have no snow for 10 years and it's hardly putting any hours on, of course, maybe we wouldn't,
It's all hours.
yeah. So. Okay. So small
Or-
tractor,
We develop a policy as soon as we hit so many hours that we start searching.
I think it could be an hour thing.
Okay,
Maybe get James to just quiz the salesman on hours for,
well, it's gotta be under the 5,000,
yeah,
right? So we're at, what did he say today, 40?
I think on the
for
staff.
4,212 years, roughly.
We wouldn't even be putting on 500 a year, I think is what he said,
Mm.
right? Way less than that.
So we could just about go 15 years, 12 years. We could keep the 12 years.
What's the salesman saying that happens at 5,000 hours?
Well, that's where the tractor starts losing its value.
Value.
And again,
100,000
there's
to be
also
accurate.
the wear and tear on the tractor itself, like all the way. They treat it like trash, it's not gonna last long, right? So,
Okay, you just brought up small tractor.
same thing, it was just so we can start asset management plan to move along and get the funds there. So we had talked this year about replacing one and never went through.
Mhm.
So the same
I
thing, but
would
the one with
I'd
the,
like to get them on a rotation,
yeah,
right? And I don't know whichever one has but I mean, we've got all the equipment. I mean, I'm not a Kubota fan, but we've got all the attachments, so as long as the attachments all fit, it's gonna save us money. That's a big question, though, is if the attachments will fit anymore.
okay.
We can inquire on the hours for the smaller mowers too,
Yeah.
to see
there
what
is
the
a-
peak
there
trade-in
is- yeah,
value is.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's that, and then there's the between gas and diesel too, but if the main tractor that works all year should be diesel. The other two that just, like if we get one or two that just run during the summer, the zero turns or whatever, they
yeah,
can't
and
be
that's
gassed.
what I was gonna suggest is get one winter one and the other one is summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 9 point,
So
So,
on this sheet here,
yes,
you've got this list description of, this is all capital development you're talking about? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
This stuff here?
Yeah, not that, and there's a couple of the big projects that we would use outside money for, like, and then not the big ones, the taxes don't get used for.
Mhm.
These other ones are part of our asset management and capital. So
Well,
that's,
I'm just wondering, I don't see anything on here in regards to thinking about punching that road between Second and Third on Frederick.
Oh, it's not on here, Jen?
That's something I think should be a priority because we're selling lots now. There's gonna be a lot more traffic down there. We need to make that more accessible for,
Oh, is that your Broadway second on Frederick? No, that's.
No, I think
Oh,
it's
Frederick is
absent.
second.
Yep, it's not on there.
Fredericks Avenue from second to third
Yeah,
connector.
Right.
That should be on there. Yeah.
Okay.
In my opinion, that's a priority.
If you think of other ones, you can put them in those emails to Yvette. as well.
Okay,
mhm.
So we need to set an interim operating budget, which is normal every year.
Was this accepted as a draft?
That motion
Yes.
has to-
Yeah, it
well,
was.
did, yeah.
So I will move the quarterly we do, right, interim budget,
Yeah. 25%.
25% of this year's budget. All in favor? Carried. Arena evaluation.
Hang on, you missed one, records of destruction.
Oh, I did miss one, sorry.
Wait, that's okay.
Records of destruction. You guys all understand this?
You just,
You've never been. Don't explain that. You haven't been here.
just
before.
annual records?
Yeah.
So we are now at 2017 where we'll be destructing the records so that they'll be disposed of, shredded, taken care of. So I
I'm
just
gonna make
need a
that
motion.
All in favor? Carried.
Who made that motion, sorry?
Larry did.
I did.
Okay, sorry.
Arena evaluation.
Okay. So there was an appraisal report done in February 13th of 2024. This appraisal report came back and it's showing that our valuations have increased quite a bit to in comparison to the replacement costs that we previously had. So the arena more specifically is what I was hoping to talk to about tonight. It's gone from 33.5 million declared value to 7.8 million. So in your package, there's a declared value endorsement. This is something new that they're doing now, so that if you want to, you can declare a value, but if something ever happens, you will never get more than what you declared. So if the building does burn down and you've only got 3 million on it, that's it. If it costs you 7 million, you're out of pocket for the difference.
What if you don't have a declaration?
Then you're just going to be paying on the 7.8 million, which is what they say is the replacement value today.
So why would you make a declaration?
It's just something they're doing because a lot of the municipalities
A lot
are
of this-
having issues with the
With the value
Valuation.
that they're saying they're worth to replace, right?
yeah.
They're creating their
So-
own value.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea.
So the cost will end up being, sorry, about 18,000 for the arena.
Up front.
I mean, that cost, like
The
cost of
insurance.
The insurance,
18,000 for house?
Yeah,
yeah.
up front.
Mark double down. I
Mhm.
think it was 35.
About
sorry.
almost 12,000.
Well,
Yeah.
It's going up $6,000.
Oh, there it is.
It's a 30% increase.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So 18,543 is what it's going to go up to.
I don't think we
So-
can,
We don't have a choice. We got to cover it.
well, we can't. Yeah, we can't put an estimate what we think we could do it. Like declare a different price.
So, but I think we do need to let the arena know
Oh, I definitely think
Yeah.
yeah,
So they need to know now,
yeah.
um, about this increase.
Yeah.
And, actually, I'll review all of them and whoever's increased anything outrageous.
You're
I will-
talking
Overall.
like Hazars and,
No,
Oh.
well, because the fire hall has
Oh, I see.
been, is gone up too, right? The library's gone up,
curling rate.
curling rink.
I think before we move to accept this evaluation, I think we need to make a motion that staff talk to all of these organizations and tell them,
Oh, yes.
and
But
then we will,
you can accept the evaluation. It's just saying that you've gotten it, right? But we'll make another motion to
Okay.
notify. And the other part of this package is there is some, control recommendations, and these are specifically more for the curling rink and the library, just some housekeeping that they need to do to reduce their risk. So, just a motion to direct administration
so
to,
that's the loss control.
yeah, the loss and
Okay,
control.
so we'll do 9108.
Ask a question here.
Yeah.
How does this increase affect the people who are renting? The village pays the insurance policy.
No,
Not for the arena, no.
Arena pays it.
The arena pays for
We pay it, they reimburse us.
it. Okay, and the other two?
The library, we pay,
Okay,
the
and,
curling club pays their own.
okay. That clears it up. That's, okay, yeah.
Fire hall?
Fire hall is a
Joint split.
split between the village and the
Rural.
fire hall.
Right. Yeah, so everyone needs to be
Mhm.
communicated with for sure.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I will move to accept the evaluation.
Okay.
All in favor? But I will also move to have staff talk to all boards.
I wrote a motion down.
Yeah.
That you move to direct staff to notify and inform the
Okay.
groups affected by AMSC insurance changes of those changes.
Sure. All in
Yes.
favor? Carried. So
And the last one.
C, move to have administration send out the loss control. Okay,
Recommendations as
Yeah.
presented and have these issues addressed as soon as possible.
Are they major?
No,
all in favor?
Who?
Oh, I missed that. Who made the motion?
Who moved?
I thought it was you.
No, I moved,
No.
I didn't move that
This
one.
I'll move it.
All in favor? Carried. Sorry, guys, I jumped ahead. 911,
Just a minute now, did we move to, back up top here, I think we missed something here. We moved to accept the minutes, right?
Yeah.
I thought I had something here that I thought we missed. Okay, never mind. It'll show off if it was missed.
911.
So with Dempster, the last.
No, no, hold on. We got
so we just-
MPC, we just need
just
to,
911 is the MPC meeting
MPC.
schedule.
so move to set the date,
we'll move to have an MPC meeting after the last law, after the next council meeting, January.
after or after?
After, before is too tough for me.
Okay,
Yeah, me too.
after January 8th meeting.
Yeah. All in favor? Carried.
That works. Okay.
Okay, reports, Mike, Wademsa.
Last meeting was. There's exercise. With Dempster, the last meeting was December 2nd. The big thing was the letter. The CEO, Rob Lee, has retired, gave notice. Rob is going to be interim CEO. Ryan, sorry.
Ryan, yeah.
And So he's gonna rely quite a bit on Rob in the interim. And the board is currently looking at different companies to seek out a new CAO for Wadepsa. And the next meeting is at the chairman's call. And the AGM, is that the AGM? Yeah, the AGM is set for February 18th.
Cleveland Housing Management Body, last meeting was November 21st. We discussed strategic plan and action items, which is kind of ongoing. We talked about the reserve funds planning update. Like we talked about that a little bit. Was it a month ago? Where we would like to start requisitioning for a reserve fund. And I don't know if I explained it very well the last time, but so if we have a roof repair come in of 600,000 like we just did, we can requisition that $600,000 to everybody. And that would mean our lump sum would be, I don't know, $50,000. So what we want to start doing, which we can do if everybody agrees to it, is start a reserve capital fund basically. And so everybody would get requisitions, say $1,000. We would say get $1,000 requisition to put in that fund, and we would max that out at a certain amount. So in the long run, it would cost the village a lot less to do it that way than to have a bill of 600,000 split to 5 ways. Resident Christmas party is the 19th. And that we just did Christmas staff gifts, Christmas gifts, and yeah. Next meeting, well, December 19th is the Christmas party, so. Larry.
Drum Hill District Waste, the last meeting was November 21. We had quite a long meeting. It was an organizational meeting, so most of the positions remain the same. They have added a couple of positions to one of the boards in regards to regular information. Next meeting, December 19th. That is next week. And that'll be the last one for the year.
WRC, we had no meeting last month. Our next meeting is the 18th December. Community Future, Larry Library.
Last meeting was December 2nd. We had the Christmas party for the kids. What came out of that meeting was one of the board members is resigning due to overloading at her work. So she needs to, Katie Wheatley has resigned as of the end of the year. Well, as of last meeting, I guess, so it would be proper to say. And we are searching now for a replacement. Next meeting, January 6th.
Asset management.
So for asset management, all the fire hydrant info has been updated. We have, according to my calculation, we have replaced 35 water meters this year in that $25,000 budget.
Good.
WRC did let us know that there are 31 that are currently needing replacement. And we figured out or deduced that there was a giant overhaul of all the water meters in around 2007-8. So they're all going at the same time. They're hitting their life expectancy.
Yeah.
So that's why in our asset management, because it's not sustainable to do $25,000 every year. So asset management has 12 every year. And so within, I think it was 6 years, we would be caught up. And then everything would be a 12-year rotation. but it'd be 12
Yeah,
a rotation. So
We have to start somewhere,
Yeah.
no, for sure.
because we tried this year, but it was just, we
Well,
thought
we got a lot
it's all
done
good.
this
and
year,
then we-
which was good.
well, it's good. We have 35 replaced, and in about 15 years,
So-
we'll have 35
So
go.
these 31 that need to be replaced, they're still working, but.
They are still working. And in terms of asset management, as important and valuable as it has been to get the water meters replaced, they are the lower priority in terms of saving water. So, because we still get paid for the water that comes through, whether it's measured or not. And so the accuracy is great, but the asset management we want to focus on, while we want to rotate the water meters, we want to be able to focus on other things, make bigger repairs and such that save us lost cubes.
Because they still, if their meter's not working, they're paying a flat rate,
Yeah.
right? So it's
Yeah,
not like
but-
they're not paying,
So
but
they're, yes, they're still paying the flat rate, but I witnessed it where I know a guy's meter is not working, has never watered his lawn since he's lived there, but knows his water meter's not working, so he's watering his lawn like crazy. Well, somebody's paying for that water, right? Not him, but somebody is. So that's where we lose water.
Yeah, if you look in the budget too, I'm really, really happy with this discovery that Yvette and I made last year and decision to decrease, because when we repaired the water lines, they must have been leaking for like the church's one and the library's one for quite some time. So we've saved a ton of money by repairing those lines. So when curb stops break or when valves break, and having the capacity to exercise them and investigate those and repair those before they break is a better savings on lost cubes, and then doing the meters in a consistent rate.
Okay? That it?
and also
Yes.
keep looking for grants. Maybe there'll be something that'll replace a whole bunch like we did the last time. So that was grant funding.
Strategic plan.
So strategic planning, I'm happy to report that 2 grants were submitted. The STIP grant, which is for the road infrastructure in the industrial park, and just the road, but not underground utilities. And the FCM greenhouse gas retrofit feasibility study grant was also submitted. And it has to go through a pre-approval. So I got the email today that the pre-approval has passed. And so now it will go into the next phase of approvals, and it will take probably 4 months before we hear back on if that's been approved or.
Okay. Development planning.
So after Bill 20, which was passed here October 31st, there's all these new legislative amendment act here. Accelerating housing development under the MGA. So council can now enable multi-year residential property tax incentives, as were before you couldn't. You could only do it on non-residential development. So on the new development we're doing, if you wanted to say, for example, somebody purchases a lot in the first year, if they can complete the build in, say, 12 months, they could be tax exempt the first year. So then the second year, you'll get your full taxes versus waiting 3 years.
Mhm.
So there's different incentives, if you guys can think of stuff that you can do now for that will
I know
allow
lots of
for-
municipalities are looking into doing
Yeah.
this.
So that's one that I thought of because we have this 3-year build now.
Yeah.
But if somebody would do it in 1 year, you would say they're tax exempt the first year. Because then the second year you get full
full
taxes because they'll be
taxes.
fully built.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting 3 years, like the second year
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get partial
Yeah.
taxes and then the third year you'd get another partial until they're completed, right? So this way it encourages them to build
Build quick.
faster.
Have we ever reached out to De Havilland, because they're moving operation here? They're gonna break ground this summer. Have we ever reached out to them
I
to let them
don't,
know we exist?
well, yes, no, because I don't think that's quite set yet to have one, right?
Well, they haven't got water yet.
Yeah, they need water.
I understand that's not an issue, like there's an aquifer there. they're going to start building the runway next year, so this summer.
Hmm.
So we should probably reach out to them, let them know we exist and we have a residential development.
Yep, that's easy enough.
Yeah,
I'll move to have staff reach out to De Havilland, let them know we exist. Promote our village and our residential lots to them, please. We need to vote on that.
Oh, yeah, all in favor. Carrie. Sorry, I was reading. 10.11 solar proposal.
Jen, finish.
Sorry. I'm writing your motion down.
Thanks, Karen.
That's how I said.
Solar, other than that, the Terralta is working on a proposal because I told them that council wanted to see what would be involved in a commitment. So they're working on that. I'll probably get it before the next meeting. And then, other than that, just that the grant got submitted. That's it.
So when we stay on solar for a sec, so there's a feasibility study and there's an
Yeah.
estimated cost here of 15 grand.
That's our portion of the feasibility study. So the total cost of the feasibility study is 115,000. We're responsible for 15,000 of that. That's what the ACO grant we received will cover. So we already have that 15,000.
okay, so we're breaking even. Yeah, yeah.
And so what was the name of that grant?
It's called the FCM GHG reduction retrofit feasibility study.
You can make it any longer.
So that's not actually, so that grant covers that 15 grand then.
The 15 grand was covered by the ACO grant.
Oh, that was the ACO.
Yeah.
And then the retrofit covers the rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and this is similar to what NPE has done in the past with our Brown Book or
Mhm.
our master plan. It's the same kind of concept. That's
Yeah.
the one.
They'll come out with a
They'll come
couple of
out.
engineers, go to all the buildings on our list, check them all out for structural retrofits, utility type service retrofits, anything that we recommended. They'll also look at the roof of the arena for its capacity to hold the solar power plan that was submitted by Terralta, all the 500 panels on top for its integrity. And then give us all their recommendations and feedback and all that kind of stuff. And once that's finished, then we can look at the next grant that would pay for 80%. It's an 80-20 split.
For install.
Yes.
Are they gonna look at any ground mount or any other? When I was at the Ag Society, they were not 100% confident.
That's what the
That's why we
feasibility
do
study
this,
is
right?
for.
Well, I
We
know,
have,
but
we have looked at doing it down.
Yeah, our
So we,
so-
but when they come out for this grant, are they gonna look at the ground? Because otherwise then we'd have to do another feasibility on ground mount.
well, the ground mount, if I recall from Terralta's plan, the ground mount is very easy. There's a place already south of Memory Lane that would situate perfectly. We would have to build fences and stuff. So I don't think that I mean, I can ask him. I think
Okay.
Terralta even knows where to plug into the Fortis already there. So that one would be taken care of.
Yeah.
But our
I'm
plan
looking at the flat
B-
plan.
Yeah, our plan B was to use either the SO building rooftop or plan C would be considering the hall rooftop. And the reason that we thought the rooftop was the better way to go is because then we don't have to build fencing or protection for damage or vandalism, that sort of thing. So the feasibility study MPE lists just looking at the arena roof. I'm speculating that when they're here, if they see something that's very concerning, they would probably let us know and look at a different rooftop at the same time. They know the purpose of why they're coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you just
Yeah.
confirm that with them? Because
I have it in a letter. I can give you the letter.
just confirm it with them. If they see a big problem, we may want to look at a different roof. Because
Sure.
you know, because there's no point in spending the entire watt and then to get it back. Yeah, that roof doesn't work.
Yeah.
And we have to,
Yeah.
that'll offset that'll kill the project for eventually.
How would that kind of an application affect the insurance policies and things like that?
So we had a question come into the office. A question you're asking about, does solar affect our insurance?
Yeah,
So we called the insurance directly. It does not affect our insurance. It's already covered. and the insurance won't go up unless we want to insure the panels as a separate item. But our insurance covers us already. There is, though, hail damage to solar panels has a, what do you call that?
Deductible.
A deductible of $25,000, whereas everything else is just $1,000. Any other kind of damage to solar panel is just $1,000 deductible, but hail damage is very steep. But otherwise, it doesn't do and change any of our coverage.
And we are going to investigate more with the other municipalities that have put in the solar on the insurance part, the hail and whatnot, because, yeah,
See what they get.
yeah,
Okay. RCMP stats were in
package.
package. Ramp,
No report. Because I attended that meeting, that was, yeah.
Okay.
Still moving along. It's been going on since 2017, so it's
Slowly.
slowly.
you want to move
Yeah.
to accept reports?
Sorry, I forgot Mike attended the AGM for
Oh,
the Egg Society.
did
Do you have
attend,
anything to
yes.
report?
Sorry about
Sorry.
I did I wanted to say. So, let me just find it. So that AGM was December 3rd. And so they wanted us to know because there's been questions that the arena is so busy. But when they book the ice, they give priority to local clubs, have priority to the ice, and that having the arena full, of course, makes the ice
Mhm.
less expensive to the local clubs.
Mhm.
So that's important that if we get inquiry, that if you guys get inquiry, that you let them know that the local clubs do have priority.
Mhm.
And then I mentioned to them, talked to them about the solar, and they're interested. They like the idea. They like the idea of offsetting their power bill. But we need to include them as soon as we can on cost. And then as far as grants, they would have potentially different grant avenues than we have.
mhm.
So because this is going to be their power bill, it's not, that's going to benefit Wheatland County as well as, and it's going to benefit people outside the community. So we need to represent the ratepayers of the town versus that, right? So there's advantages. So we need to split the cost is what I'm saying. So they need to pick up, Exercise needs to pick up some of that capital. And so they'll have access to grants we don't have access to. So
Mhm.
we just need to make sure we're working together.
Well, I think that goes with every group, right? Not just them.
Yeah, it's just if we do this,
Yeah.
this
It's a joint venture.
is a big cost.
It makes our application stronger, actually, to have all the groups working together on it. So
Yeah,
as soon as the feasibility study is done.
okay.
Yeah, and then the same with anyone else who's gonna benefit from the power, right?
Yep.
So our buildings, those groups have to apply.
Yep.
We need them on, and they need to do their own work. Then the other thing they said is they'd like the pile of snow that was by the outdoor rink. Because there's been traffic, vehicles that get on that rink. And then the problem is those vehicles leave sand and salt, and then that sand and salt messes up the ice for the remainder of the year. So if we've removed that big pile, they actually liked that pile there.
Where are we talking? We're
By
not
the
talking
outdoor
in the-
rink, I think you're
No, we're
saying?
not talking at the parking lot though, are we?
You know where
Like their
the
parking lot?
outdoor rink is?
The grass
Yeah.
by the volleyball
We had a
court.
big pile of snow there that was preventing cars from getting on the rink.
Oh, James did put snow there to prevent that.
Okay, so I just wanted to
Okay,
confirm.
yeah.
that They actually want that pile there.
Yes, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what he had done, because I was like, where? He says, yeah, just to keep any vehicles from going on to
That's
the
where he
grass.
hauled all the snow from the.
Yeah, I said, put all the fire pits and the outside tables along the outside so that nobody can drive their
Yeah,
vehicle in, but
perfect.
they could still move a table if they wanted
What
to.
would they drive? Or just
Cause
to
they're idiots.
spin around in circles?
Sleds, whatever, yeah.
Kids, right?
I'm not gonna say I didn't do stupid shit when I was a kid.
I was perfect.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, that's where they should have full boards.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yes, you're right.
So in regard, are you done?
Yeah, so that was the last.
In regards to the solar, the store, the Broadway group was asking about that.
They were included.
They are included
They're
in that?
included because I call it the Broadway group building, and half of that building was used for the country fair. And so as long as the building is used by a non-profiting group to enhance and add to the village,
Mhm.
then it can be included.
Okay.
Before we leave, someone asked me, is the hall involved?
Yes,
Yes.
the hall is on the list.
We pretty much got everybody we possibly can
Yeah.
put on the list. Like when we started, we didn't. And then we started talking
Yeah,
more and it's kind of like it snowballed, right?
Yeah. And
It's gonna have to, because
Oh, yeah.
we
for
can't
sure.
pay for this, like the town can't pay for it.
Not all of it.
And the people we've been talking to in the application, like really like the project. They really like it.
Yeah, they're like thrilled that
Yeah.
the community is putting all the groups together to all benefit in this way.
Nice.
It's like, it's exactly what they're looking
Well,
for.
anyway, yeah.
The only
Makes
thing
sense.
is because the Broadway group building was such a last minute addition, their site ID, so their last year's power is not included in Terra Alta's proposal because that's like almost a year old now.
Mhm.
So the site plan, how the panels are laid out and how many will have to be updated. So instead of so I've been saying putting 500 panels on our application. The Terra Alta plan is actually fewer than 500, but assuming we're gonna come up because of the Broadway group building,
Their roof would be a possibility too,
Mhm,
it would be also a possibility. Yeah.
especially on the new part of the building, right?
mhm. Yeah, there's multiple, like we have
Yeah.
A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So we got multiples.
Yeah.
One more thing before, is memory lane involved?
They are not involved, but their power comes through either what will become the SO building, and the SO building is on there.
I was just thinking, because they have access to do, what, the gambling where you go to casinos?
Oh, casinos. They do. And when we get to that stage, if we get the grant that that will cover the 80-20%, then definitely we'll ask them to contribute because they'll benefit from it.
Memory Lane had a casino a year ago. So they're on the list to get another one
Yeah,
a couple of years down the road.
yeah.
We want to move to accept reports.
One more addition, Counselor Casey attended Palliser. He might have a report too.
Do you? Put him on the
Counselor
spot.
No, not really.
No.
They went to learning experience.
Okay, does somebody want to move to accept the reports as information? All in favor? Mike, thanks. Bylaws and policies, so move to adopt policies from November 13th. Everybody had a chance to read them, these are in your package. I will so move to adopt policies from November 13th, all in favor? Carried. So we want to move to accept the next batch of policies for January 8th meeting. I'll move, all in favor? Carried.
And we're getting down to the final.
I was gonna say, we
Yes.
just went done with
Yes,
this.
and so once we get everything into a binder, we'll do a last minute review and then we'll give it back to you.
How often are we supposed to review them, every year?
Well, the policies the book will be reviewed annually by administration, and anything that needs to be changed will come to council as needed.
Okay,
So-
instead of leaving it for
20 years.
decades like we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Counselors' concerns. Larry,
I'm just thinking about the new build over there. And Gray's finally came and moved the dirt off of the sidewalks. But they made a bigger mess by moving snow around. They had to move all the snow off of the new build's property so they could put the dirt that they had saved and the gravel on there. So now we have a whole bunch of big piles of, looks terrible on the property between my house and that. I think it's mostly snow, so it'll be gone. But Dennis was a little concerned about what had happened, and he hired a guy to come in and move some snow around, clean up his yard, and it all went across the street in a big pile. It's just all snow, so in the spring it'll melt,
But
but
it went up, he put it uphill from,
yes, across the street. So this kind of goes along with what I was suggesting before, that
well,
we should have recommendations that the office can give the people when they're building, that they have to work on their own properties, keep everything on their own property. They're responsible for anything they do as far as lumber and things that is not where it's supposed to be, kind of thing. And another thing too is we should have some protection from builders on the sidewalks. Because there's gonna be trucks going over that, concrete trucks, pump trucks, excavators, all that kind of stuff. So in the cities, when I was building, there was always a deposit put down by the owner of the property as a catch-all. If they ruined the sidewalk, that money would be retained and put towards fixing the sidewalks. Just a suggestion, we should have something so that it's clear, everyone knows what they can and cannot
I thought
do.
we do have a policy on if they damage.
Yeah, well,
Sidewalk.
so any damage to the sidewalk, so prior to James took pictures.
Yes,
So after they're done, if we see damage to the sidewalk, we have pictures before and
We're
after.
responsible for it.
And then we
There's-
go to the homeowner and say, I'm sorry, but you damaged the sidewalk. This is what it's gonna cost to replace it. We are gonna replace it
okay.
and then add it to you.
I have-
paid.
What I'm asking though is any of that information conveyed to the people before they actually start building?
Well,
It should-
typically
It
builders,
should be
the
said.
construction
beforehand.
companies know ahead, that's why they put that pile of dirt over the sidewalk so that they're not damaging the sidewalk.
Yeah, I understand that situation. I completely understand that, but
Do we have
Uh,
language? Do we have language in when they purchase a lot, assuming they're gonna build? Is there language that they would be responsible any damages incurred to public property during the construction phase?
It could be put in with our agreement with them, right?
Your bare lot purchase agreement
Yeah,
or.
yeah.
Why not?
Could be done that way.
It'd be pretty simple one-liner.
Yeah, that's
So
what,
any village property damaged during your build, you're responsible to
Yeah.
repair or replace. And I don't like the fact that they're
Well,
up there moving snow onto village property off their property.
yeah,
I have a problem with that. I can't blow my
yeah.
my driveway off on my neighbor's yard legally.
well, I'm not really sure how much of that snow that he piled up was actually off his yard. He cleaned off the boulevards and everything on all the way around the house, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Okay, Mike, good.
come back to, come back to me.
Yes. I don't really have a concern. The only thing I would like to talk about, maybe about next October, is like the fire department went and did their Santa at night
Mhm,
last night around town.
mhm.
What would be wrong with us seeing if they get together with us and have a, we could have something at the outdoor arena
Mhm.
and, maybe have a wiener roast and some fires and have Santa there instead of driving around sitting on the front of the truck freezing, right?
Mhm.
I just thought maybe something
Okay.
to talk to them about next year. I just wanted to mention it while it was fresh in my head.
We did used to have annual Christmas party at the arena, but then COVID came and.
Well, we
that
used to have a
squashed it.
barbecue every summer too, which we haven't done either for, so,
Well, memory lane kind of took that one.
yeah, well, I think we should, yeah. Go back to you.
No, I chatted with Yvette earlier, so I'll bring it up here.
All right, so we want to move to accept counselors' concerns. All in favor? Carried. So I guess now we are going into closed session. So we will have to shut off recording.
What's our reason?
We have to move to go in first.
Yep.
For legal,
Legal letter.
For-
I'll move.
legal and see, evaluation.
Okay.
And
And that was the motion
8:25.
and it needs to be carried.
Yeah, all in favor? Carried.
Okay, so Okay, now we're live. Sound?
Is the TV's not on?
No, but it's
Oh,
on here.
Okay, you see it? Okay.
Yeah, the TV went to sleep.
What time is it now? Sorry.
9 o'clock on the.
What do you want your motion to read?
Just that, the CO review was completed, December 11th,
Okay,
2024.
Larry. All in favor? Carrie,
Who made the motion?
Larry,
Larry.
what? Yes, who made the motion?
You made the motion.
I did, yes. I raised my hand.
Got it.
So I will,
Done.
Is that everything?
I will adjourn. Well, I guess I won't probably see you, well, I might see you, but if I don't see you, have a great Christmas.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
likewise.
Merry Christmas, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just.
I'm gonna make myself a Christmas dinner this year for the first time in my life.
Hey, right on.
Gonna make a turkey and a whole works.